Hey everyone, as always, Dylan Miller Prospect, and welcome to another Gold Panning Fever episode number 197, where yet again we're going to go through some more gold nugget sales Paydirt. But before we do that, let's go catch up on chat, see who's already here, who's going to pop in while I'm reading off names. Steven Single-Handed Jewelry and More. That's a mouthful. How are you doing, Steven? Thank you very much for joining the show. HD Shovelhead, Weezen, thank you for being here and being mods. I appreciate you both. Appreciate everyone that's here as well. Stephen LeBlanc, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Michael Reed, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it, as always. Is that it? Am I all cut up? Gregory Littleton, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Brad Thompson, I am Zaxxon. How's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Okay, I can pop this out. This is going quick. All right, I can pop it out pretty quick today. Package total, how's it going? Yeah, hope everyone's doing good. Gonna do some panning today. Shane Prothero, how's it going, my friend? My brother, hopefully you're doing good as well. All right, where are we at? All right, we got that all set up. We got that. Chasing Cheddar, how's it going? How are you doing tonight? Let me see, does that... All right, yeah, keep talking, Nightbot. There we go. All right. Trying to set everything up. Yeah, so today we're going to be going through Nugget Falls. I've never panned up the Nugget Falls before, but this is one of the newer ones, the products that Gold Nugget Sales has. I'm almost positive they're sold out of it now. I don't even know who sent me this. Who did this send this? Thanks, John. My buddy John sent me this. So no ROI on this bag. Because I don't even know when I got it, and I don't know how long he was holding it for, so. But it is guaranteed 1 gram of gold, though. Alan Curie, how's it going, my friend? Knights 880, how's it going? Jeffrey Button. Albert Austin, how's it going? Trying to catch up on chat. I have to, give me 1 second. Put it on live chat. There we go. Gold Baron, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. But yeah, we're going to be panning out some Nugget Falls tonight, and we're going to be giving away a bag of the Best of California half grammer. Now, we're only going to give away 1 half gram bag today, but then next week we're going to give away 3 half gram bags from Gold Nugget Sales. And the reason being is today is going to be a very, very short show. I have to be out of here in an hour. My son's got a friend having a birthday party, and my son wants to go, and I can't take him if I'm panning Paydirt. So this is going to be a 1-hour show, but the good thing is Mike from Gold Nugget Sales is live over on Whatnot, so everyone can just leave my show, go hang out with him at his show. Will cost you a little bit of money if you buy anything, but you can just hang out and chat like I normally do. I try not to bid on anything. Kristen Reed, how are you? I was wondering when you were going to pop in. Thank you for joining the show. It's called suckersrus.com, Gold Baron, for I Am Zaxxon's website. Oh, yeah, best Paydirt you can not get. Guaranteed you'll be complaining about the shipping, everything, 0% ROI. But yeah, so we're not going to be chit-chatting today. I will say gold is at an all-time high. What was it, $110.28 a gram. So guaranteed 110 bucks sitting in this bag. Gold is going crazy. It's doing the same thing every week, but more on the up curve. So every weekend, it starts on Monday, it goes up $1, Tuesday $1, Wednesday $1, then it kind of drifts down 75 cents each day until the weekend, and then it starts going up again. So it's just slowly rising a good $2.50 every week. So I don't know. Like, if you're a Patreon member and if you read my daily ROI chart, hoard. That's what we got to do. Jeff Boach, thank you very much for joining the show. And anyone who watched my premiere that dropped earlier, I apologize for the sound. That video did not want to be made. That video did not want to be made. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I released my Christmas in July Paydirt review earlier today, and I ordered it Mike was supposed to have that Paydirt out 2 days before it actually came out, so I had a secret shopper lined up and waiting. But unfortunately, it dropped Friday afternoon. So by the time my secret shopper got it, I was really hoping Mike would ship it out Saturday. He didn't ship it out till Monday, which is still, fast shipping. So by the time it got to me, I had my secret shopper overnight it to me, so it'd be here for Saturday. I had this whole studio set up. I had the pans, everything. I was just sitting here waiting for the Paydirt to show up so I could shoot it, edit it, and have the video out Saturday. And of course, the Paydirt showed up Monday. So yes, the Mighty Minis sold out same day. So, which is again really surprising to me, but yes, they did sell out. So the video was supposed to, I shot it Monday, and then by Monday I was just so busy with other things I had to do scheduled for that I didn't get the video out. So today I finished the editing, and I guess when I was messing around, I had my finger on a button, and I essentially dropped the sound in the last part of the video to almost nothing. It was just me whispering. So I had to delete it, but I did re-upload the video. I fixed the sound. And what's funny is lately I haven't been saving my projects. So when I'm doing editing, once I'm finished, I just kind of scrap it and just I'm done. This time my spider sense told me to save it, which was a good thing because I saved it and I could fix it. So Flower Gold Wizards, what's up? How's it going, my man? I saw you're pushing buttons on the new website. Just did 2 bags of Christmas in July. If you don't, I have my opinions about the Christmas in July, but I'll save them. You'll have to watch my video. It's a 100% ROI bag of Paydirt. You'll get an ROI. That's about, I will say it's not a glowing 100% review for the Christmas in July bag. The Mighty Mini does look awesome. Everybody's is in the mail except for 2 people, I think, that haven't paid yet, and then 1 person who, so, but all the Mighty Minis, if you paid for your Mighty Mini, it went out in this last night's mail. I actually dropped it off last night, so they had it first thing this morning. I will be sending tracking numbers out after this show once I drop my son off at the skate park for the birthday party. So I will be dropping everyone the tracking numbers. If you paid, you got a tracking number and it'll show up. So. But it should be a fun bag of Paydirt. I mean, 3 grams and 2 ounces of material. A lot of chunkies, a lot of fines. So Dylan is getting coal in his stocking this December. I would not be surprised. I've gotten coal in my stocking for 56 years, man. I'm still paying off all my early childhood bad karma. I probably got another 5 or 6 years of coal in my stockings. And then when I get something really good in my stockings, I might have a stroke, or a heart attack, or burglars will break in my house. It's going good, yeah. I've been looking at it. I've been watching it. I will tell you though, I am in one of the groups that I'm not supposed to be in. I'm in the Wizard group, so I could see who is in the. So I'm in the 2 that I joined, and I'm also in the Wizard group or something. So, but I told you. I'm going to join Circle with their free trial and play around with it for 2 weeks just to see if I can see anything that you might have missed, or, play around with it to see, next year if I switch to it. So I can just switch and already be gifted with it, already know how to do it. So. Yeah, what's everyone else get? If I'm getting coal, that must mean everyone else is getting good stuff. So. But it looks good. It definitely looks good. I will say it is kind of a pain with the invitation, but I will tell you, look into it. I saw there's supposed to be a way where you can have you can put invitation button. So you don't actually have to send out the invitation. It just essentially, it's a button where somebody can, I guess, put in their email and ask to be sent an invitation. And then it sends them an invitation, and then they can join, and they still have to pay. So it's not like people could just be spamming the button. They still have to pay to become a member. So the post of the meat and potatoes, yeah. But it looks good so far. I mean, like anything, it's going to take, a little while to get used to, and everyone that joins it to get used to. So I get cold dust, not even chunks. You just get the leftover from the bottom of the bag. Santa's like, all we got's this little scrap. That's going to Albert. Imagination to form. Thanks for joining the show. Appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate everyone being here. I put my own coal. So, yeah, give yourself black lung. You know, kids can play around with it. Oh, look, I want black lung. Look, my dad. Yeah. There will be. Yeah, how are you doing? How are you knowing who to invite? Are you going to post a video about it? I want to know how you're going to invite people. But I would definitely look into, like I said, I think there's supposed to be an invite button that you can put somewhere on the site. I'll have to look into it more. I'm going to try to, I'm been helping somebody out with something this week, so I'm going to try to get to it though. So, you know, the more you succeed at that, the more I can copy you. Then I can hit you up and be like, hey, how do you do this? Make it easier. Oh, and you can post it here. I don't mind. I don't mind. You can post it here. Feel free to post it here. Brian NeGuin, thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. But all right, let's start panning because again, short show tonight. But here, what can I do? Let's see, does that work? Does that work? All right, so we're going to pin this. Oh my gosh, everything's popping up. Well, that's a good way. That'll give you 450 right off the bat, so don't cross the links. So there you go. Nightbot has pinned the whatnot, because again, this is going to be a very short show. I'm only going to be here till 7. Then I'm skedaddling, going to run off, take my son to his party. Because I like my son. I want to keep in his good graces. So we're going to pan this out. We're going to do the show. But to thank Mike, again, I'm going to say this every single week. Go over to Whatnot. This show will be ending at 7. Mike will be on Whatnot till about 8:30. Shows usually run 2.5 hours. You can go over there, drop over there, say hi to him, thank him. This $half-gram bag that I'm going to be giving away tonight was donated by Mike. He gave away 2 bags last week. He gave away 2 bags the week before. You can see behind me, and this one over here too. I have 3 bags I'm going to be giving away next week. So in total, Mike has given away 8 bags of Paydirt. He didn't ask me to promote him. He didn't ask me for anything. I just want to promote him because, he's giving away 8 bags of Paydirt for people just watching my live show. I want to thank him. I want to promote him. It's something I want to do. So again, pinned comment above. If you have not joined Whatnot already, it's an auction site like eBay, but it primarily focuses on coins, gold, silver, things like that. And Mike's one of the new sellers on there selling gold nuggets. So you can go over there. A lot of you already know. A lot of you already bid on and won some of the gold nuggets from Mike on there. You don't have to spend money. You can just join Whatnot and go over there. One of the good things about joining Whatnot is you will get a credit from joining for anywhere from $10 to $200. Vendetta, my man, got $200. That's $200 of the free gold he gets to buy over there. If you don't want to buy anything, don't buy anything, but go over there, say hi to, thank you to Mike. Best of California. Somebody's going to get that tonight. And then once we start panning, the mods can start dropping the link to that. So which dirt are you doing, Brian? So, but all right, I'm gonna start panning. Brian, tell me which Paydirt you're panning at that's really tough. Might be able to give you some tips. But let's shrink down the ugly mug, move some stuff around, put some gloves on, and start panning. Here we go. We're gonna put this down here. All right, get that set up. All right, now we can shrink down the ugly mug. There we go. There's the pan. me fix the panning cam. I don't think I did. Zoom in a little bit. Closer to the gold. All right, there we go. Oh, the double black diamond. Yeah, it depends on which. It used to be harder, so that's the thing. The double black diamond used to be a harder bag of Paydirt because he used to put Now I'm drawing a blank, but there used to be heavy metal in it, so it was a lot harder to pan out. Tungsten. Used to be some tungsten in it, and he ran out of tungsten, so I don't believe that bag might have some in it. It might not, but if it had the tungsten in it, that stuff is super hard. All right. Let me move this. No worries, Jason. No worries. No worries. Glad to help anytime I can. All right. Let me. All right. Oh my gosh. I forgot to set up chat and everything, so give me a second. I don't know why when it's short shows, when I'm in a rush, I always mess everything up. So let's see. YouTube. Turn the sound down. Yes, we want to find my show, my channel. Wild Gold Adventures, thanks you for joining the show. I appreciate it. Yeah, leprechauns bring a lot of gold. All right, where's my gloves? I keep forgetting that's you, Benzo. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm probably never going to remember that that's you. It'd be different. Like, see, if your new logo had like you with a beard, I would remember it, you know? All right. Oh my gosh. There we go. Get rid of the phone talking. Yeah, so tonight, Nugget Falls, Paydirt. Never panned this one out. I wasn't on the website, I don't think, long enough for me to get a bag. I think I was doing something else. Leprechauns are just as bad. Leprechauns. Yeah. And then don't forget again. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And this what we'll be giving away later today is the Best of California. And I've never panned that one out either. I've got a whole month of gold nugget sales, and I haven't panned out half these Paydirts just because he goes through them. I do know he's got, by the way, I do know Mike does have some new Paydirts coming out. I know the high grader is supposed to come back. I don't know if it's coming back this month or next month. And then he's got a new Arizona Paydirt that's coming back, or maybe it's a new one. I don't know. So I do know he's got some more Paydirts coming back. Pros and cons. But there you go. There's the material. This looks like his new material. I know he usually used to get, if you got one of his bags, it had a lot of that, his beach sands. But this stuff is a lot different. It's got a lot of cobbles in it. So, as a good friend over at Flower Gold Wizards would say. So I don't think there'll be any nuggets in here. We'll have to see. Like I said, I haven't even seen any reviews on this because I had planned on reviewing it at some point and just never got to it before it sold out. So, Neanderthal Prospector, how's it going? Yeah, get that roof finished. It always rains when you start working on the roof. Anytime you're outside and doing something, work-wise, it always rains. Always. So, but I don't actually know anything about this Falls Paydirt. So we're gonna find out. Yeah, I talked to Mike the other day about his ROI, his guaranteed ROIs. I asked him something about it just to be, I asked him on the side since he didn't know I was shooting my newest video, obviously about the 105% ROI. But I did ask him. So I did two things. I forgot to mention it in the video. But one of the things I did was I found out who Mike gets his gold prices from, because if you go to different sites, if you go to KitGo, or if you go to goldprice.org, or if you go to, JM Bullion or APMEX, every one of them will have a different spot price. They'll all be close, but they'll all have a different price. So I asked Mike who he got his gold spot from, so that way I would match that and guarantee that the ROI I got was the exact same one as his. So, but yeah. That's why I do. If you're a Patreon member, this is why I do my daily ROIs, because some sellers do not update, do not check the price of gold. They don't do it every day. They don't do it in the morning. They might do it late at night. If I can find those good deals for y'all, I'm going to post them on there. You can see, today, how many over 90% ROIs were there? I mean, you could just almost make money. So... All right, Gold Baron, thank you for dropping in, as always. Appreciate it. So we got a couple little flakes so far. No nuggets from this fall. But this might be like the falls that, what was it? What's his name? Hoffman, in the first years of Gold Rush, remember? That's what he swore he was in an old waterfall, and that's why he was going to make his millions. He sunk that hole and never found anything. But he was chasing the waterfall, too. Yeah. And if one of my mods want to drop the hidden link, I'd appreciate it. That's a cool looking stone. I'm trying to lose gold here. I don't want to lose any gold. Here, let me go. I need to fix something on my computer. All right, let's see if that works. Oh, maybe this is Nugget Falls. Maybe it is. All right, I don't know if you can see it in your camera. There's a little big old piece of gold right there. So maybe this is, I'm gonna have to go back and see if I can't see his video about the Nugget Falls. It's one of the problems, like I've said this probably every show for the last 2 years. It's one of the problems when you use secret shoppers for Paydirt, you have to plan it so far ahead, because I can't, if I was just ordering the Paydirt, I could order a bag today, 3 days from now I could order a bag, a week from now I could order a bag. But with secret shoppers, you essentially have to have them order all the bags at once so they can ship everything to you in one big package, as opposed to, giving somebody and saying, okay, here, buy this $100 bag of Paydirt, and here's an extra $15 to mail it to me, and then 3 days later, here's another 15, and here's the next. It just comes to not very cost effective. They waste their time, and then they want, then you feel bad. You want to pay them more. So one of the problems with secret shopping is I have to order so much of my Paydirt so far in advance. I mean, that's why, when I'm shooting these videos, you can see behind me all the Paydirt that's on the shelves. A lot of that is for future reviews. So when stuff like this comes out, we're the best of California, I don't really have a chance to even look at them because I'm like, okay, somebody else in the community will review them. But, I'm going to say like 0.3 maybe. Yeah, picker, not a nugget. So this is picker falls so far. All right. This one is live, Chefy. The other one was not live. That one was just to fake you out, Chef. Tomcat Josh, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. And how you doing, Tomcat? But they go into the Tuesday tailings. You must be out your mind. So the problem is, I'm gonna have to think of a way to make the Tuesday tailings better. Because see, one of my problems is I'm putting more dirt into my Tuesday tailings than I take out once a month. If on average I probably pan 2 pounds during a Tuesday, I might put 8 pounds of material into it, and then every month I'm only taking out like 5 pounds. So my Tuesday tailings have become a few buckets now. I don't know. If I ever retire from this channel, I guess I'll have a couple of 5-gallon buckets I can just give away, Put them in some Ziploc bags, give them away for a price of shipping, Maybe someone will find something, maybe not. Here, people earning, gold foil for edible gold foil is nothing. It's half a millionth of a penny worth of gold. How's it going, Ortiz? And thank you for dropping the link. Yeah, if you're a mod, you can drop the link pretty frequently. Like I said, we're not gonna be here long, and I'll make sure everyone gets the link. So 2 things before we finish panning this out. And we're almost out of the Paydirt already. I mean, it's not going to take us long. When the hidden link drops up, make sure you post a comment in it so you can win tonight's bag of Paydirt, which is the best of California. It is a half-gram bag. It's a special bag that Mike over at Gold Nugget Sales donated to the channel just to give back. I had told him I was doing a month of Gold Nugget Sales, so he just sent a whole bunch of Paydirt so everyone could win some. So make sure, hidden comment. If you haven't seen the hidden comment, just scroll up in chat and you'll see it in there somewhere. Leave a comment. You'll have a chance to win this bag of Paydirt. As always, you will have to post something in the live chat to win if I call your name. So don't post a comment and then leave. You have to stick around and watch the show. You got one of those serotonin. Yeah, I meant to ask him. I popped in his chat yesterday and in his live, or the day before yesterday. I was like, oh, yeah, I got to ask him something. And I could not remember for the life of me what I was going to ask him. And then I had to go do something. And that's what it was. I wanted to see if I could get one of the serotonin bags from my shelf. So I'll have to ask him. I might try to pop in to his show tonight. But again, and as a thank you, the pinned comment at the top at chat, it says Nightbot, and then there's a link. That is a link to Mike's Whatnot store. Again, if you have not joined Whatnot, if you have, just ignore everything I'm saying. Just find your happy place in the back of your head. Ignore what I'm saying. But if you have not joined Whatnot, join Whatnot. Go look up Gold Sal. That is Gold Nugget Sales. It's GOLDSAL. And tell him thank you for all the donations he's given to the channel, because, it might give you some good karma, might increase your chances of winning. I don't know. Karma works in mysterious ways. So, go say thank you to him on Whatnot. And also, as a bonus, everyone that is new to Whatnot will get a guaranteed either $10 all the way up to $200 credit. So just by clicking my link above and going to say hi to Mike, you might get $200 you could spend on his channel later tonight. So you might get $10 you can spend on his channel, which isn't as good, but you might get 200. So yeah, just dump it all in there. Our good friend Vendetta, he got the big check. A couple people got 20s. Most of the people I know get 10, but well, I didn't know. I didn't ruin it yet. It's still not a surprise. It could have still been a surprise. See, whiskey lover, one thing you have to understand about me is I'm 56. I'm about 75% of the way senile. So anything I say during the show that I'm going to remember to do, I'm going to forget. I just said I went into Mike's show to ask him a question and I forgot. I guarantee you I would have forgot 5 minutes after the show ended, like, oh, I was supposed to go ask Mike for something. And I was going to totally forget. Hey, what's up, Rich? How's it going, my man? A3 Sky Warrior in the house. Best honey pay around. Chasing Cheddar, you got $10. I mean, you've got to figure $10 is better than nothing. That Whatnot doesn't cover shipping, but there's some good coins. I saw earlier today, I was watching, I popped onto Whatnot because I was trying to see Warpig is starting a channel on there. And so I looked, and there was some guy, and I was just like, oh, maybe just click a thing. And I clicked on it, and he had a silver coin on there. It's melt. It was a nice coin. It had a $8 melt. It ended up selling for $1. And I was like, because I wasn't paying attention. I was just kind of like looking at his channel. But, you just have to be, if you only get $10, you just have to be, extra careful what you bid on. Don't bid on no giant nuggets. Yeah, and that's it. Free money is free money. That's the way I think about it, You might see a piece of gold that you really want. Like the other day, he had a piece of gold up there. Mike had, and I try to buy 1 gram nuggets for my kids every once in a while when my credit card will allow. And he had a really nice one from Round Mountain up there. And that extra $10 means $10 more I could bid on it than I wanted to, just so I could add it and make sure I had it for my kids' collection. So because I try to get one of all the weird places. So like I have a Round Mountain, I have a Harvard mine. So in that show, I managed to grab the Papua New Guinea and the Round Mountain. So I don't need any. I only go one from each place. I have one from Brazil. The only thing I don't, which I would have liked, is the Australian Bark Gold, but he didn't have anything like in my price range at any point. So that stuff was just too expensive. A 1 gram on it would have been like, $500, and yeah, no. Mentally Corrupted, how's it going, brother? Thank you for joining the show. And anyone, again, if you I'm offering 100,000 sign-up bonus with every prepaid $1 million monthly. That's pretty good, Jack. That's pretty good. Can I get the bonus first before my payment bounces? And in case, again, I had said this earlier in the show, but I saw some more people were in here. The Mighty Minis have all shipped. If you paid, they shipped anyway. So all the Mighty Minis have shipped out. They shipped out yesterday night, so they went out first thing this morning. The post office had them. I will be sending tracking numbers later tonight, so you can keep track of it and hunt it down and make sure it gets to you in time. Hopefully the gold spot stays the same too, or goes up a little bit, make some money on that stuff. Mighty Mini, best Paydirt around. Oh, need some little blue sauce. I gotta buy some more of this. I'm running out. I went to buy some off of Amazon the other day. Where is it? Some finished jet dry, and I did not pay attention. And you gotta watch Amazon. Like they have like the 24-ounce bottle is like $4, and they also have like the 4-ounce bottle. It is $5, you know. And I wasn't paying attention, and I just bought one, and it was like the little 4-ounce one. I was like, so, and I was like, well, I ain't gonna send it back, you know, too much of a hassle, but yeah, yeah, I know, yeah, yeah, I know, Madeline. That's why I brought it up about the people buying the Paydirt, so the Mighty Minis. Because when I saw you, it reminded me. I was like, okay, yeah. Yeah, once I saw you, because I'd already said it, and then I saw, you know, that you had posted, and I was like, okay, well, let me bring up the Mighty Minis again. Yeah, I don't. I was showing somebody the other day, maybe it was in the last live show too. I don't think gold is going to drop for a while. Um, our current political system is pretty set. You know, there's no big changes about to happen anytime. We've got a year and a half until we start seeing some stuff in Congress. So I think that maybe will make a movement a little bit around there. But until the next presidential election, I think we're pretty safe. Gold's going to keep going up until then. So gold coin, that blasphemy. You'd have to melt down the gold to make a gold coin. Hey, Crash, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. And I appreciate everyone who's joined the show tonight. I know it's going to be a short show, but again, you can always go over watch Gold Sal on his show, hang out with him. No, no, not nowhere near the same thing. So okay, a little schooling on gold. So this, let's say if this little picker weighed 1 gram exactly. If I sold this to a gold buyer like Mike over at Gold Nugget Sales, they would count this as a 1 gram nugget. And 1 gram right now is $110. They would base their price that they paid me off of this being worth $110. So if they had to take their cut, which they do, every gold buyer has to take a cut. So if this was $110 and they said, hey, look, I got to take 20% of that off the top, I'm going to pay you 20% less than $110. That's what I'd make. If I melt this down, it's not going to be 24 karat. Once I melt it down, it'll probably be 18 karat. So once I melt it down and turn it into a button, if I go to a gold buyer, placer gold buyers like Mike won't buy it. I wouldn't buy it. Anyone I know wouldn't buy it. What would happen is you would have to go to, you know, a gold buyer that buys bullion. You'd tell them, I want to sell this. 18 karat price of gold is about $90. No, what's 18 karat gold right now is what, $82. So they would tell you, okay, it's $82, and I still got to take my 20%. So now you're only getting 20% less than 82, where if you'd have left it as a nugget, you'd have got 20% minus 110. So melt it, you got about $60 worth of gold. You don't melt it, you got about $80 worth of gold. Huge, huge difference. You never melt down placer gold unless it's too fine. You know, flour gold, yeah, you could kind of melt it down because it won't make a difference. But bigger gold, you'll make more money not selling it as a button. Especially since also, if you try to sell gold bullion that's handmade, nobody's gonna buy it. If you go on eBay and you're like, oh, I just melted this down, nobody's gonna believe you. You're gonna get junk prices. Whereas if I show them this nugget and say, hey, this is some California gold, they're gonna buy it. So What name do you use for whatnot? For yourself? Anything you want. It doesn't matter, brother. Just go hi. Go say hi to Mike. He'll appreciate it. And Mike's name, by the way, is Gold Sal. Goldsal. So you can go look for Mike over on there. But here we go. That was easy. So I'm definitely going to have to look up this one. Now I kind of wish this one was back in stock. This is a nice little bag if you got a little picker in it every time. But yeah, if you melt down gold, you're just losing money. If you melt down placer gold. Now, if you melt down already melted gold, you're probably still going to lose money too. I mean, just think about this. If I was a gold bullion store, if I was a bullion store like APMEX or something like that, and you handed me a 1 ounce bar of gold that's marked, it's assayed, it's weighed, it says who the marker is from and stuff like that, and I can test it with an XRF machine and I know it's gold, so it's not fake, I'm going to pay you a set amount. But if you bring me a big blob of gold that you melted and hand poured yourself, even though I can XRF it, I couldn't tell if maybe at the center it's 17% gold or 17 karat gold and not 18. It's not worth the risk. So then what I'm going to say is, well, instead of me paying you $80 a carat or $80 a gram, I'm going to pay you 70. And then so you're going to make less. Melting gold is one of the worst things you can do. Melting copper, melting silver, that's fine because they're not a high priced item. You know, if you make a 1 ounce copper bar, nobody cares. You know, it's $2. They're not going to cry if it's, you know, has a little bit of smelting in it or something else. You know, silver is kind of a little bit iffy, but the price difference between gold and silver is so far off that you just never melt gold. Bob the Destroyer, that's a good one. But all right, now it's ugly mug time. I'm sorry, y'all just having to look at the mug early tonight. Yep. And I'm dropping my little nugget pan. There we go, see? I'm still going to say 0.3. No, 0.3. Yeah. All right, let's get... Give me 1 second. Got a message coming in. All right, let's see. Oh, what am I doing? What am I doing? Give me 1 second. 1 second. See, I don't have my coffee. That's the problem. Is I don't have my coffee. I was editing a video today, so I was drinking too much coffee. All right. All right, let's shrink down. Pan and cam. All right, there we go. Ugly mug, some gold, even though you can't see it with that shiny pan. There you go. My shiny rusty pan. I need to clean that thing up. So, but all right, let me see. Open up chat again. 0.276 on picker. Yeah, it's a picker. It's not a nugget. So I'm gonna call that Picker Falls. John R. Prospecting, what's up? Was that you, John? Was that you from Jeff Williams? I saw the guest winnings and I saw a John R. and I was like, oh no, is that our John R? Was that you? Did you guess right? Did you get the Jeff Williams? Paydirt? Most gold coins that they're selling, American and those kind of things, it's all flour gold. Yeah, 90, that's what they, you know, flour gold, like I said, I know most like placer gold sellers will say it's sacrilege, just melt any gold. I can see why people melt flour gold. You know, it's not a big market. In fact, I know most placer gold buyers don't want to buy flour gold. The only time they buy flour gold is because there's a whole bunch of nuggets mixed in it and the people are just selling their collection. I'm kind of the same way. If you just told me, hey, I got 10 grams of flour gold, the odds are I wouldn't want to buy it. But if you told me, hey, I got a 1 gram nugget, some chunkies, and then a whole bunch of flour gold, yeah, I'll buy it because it's mixed in. But it at least weighs half a gram on that Nugget Falls. It does? Really? See, like I said, I never read the description here. I'm going to weigh it up. Let me dry it up. That's what I said. I saw the Nugget Falls, but I knew I would never be able to review it because I had my schedule and my Paydirts on my shelf already. So then it went out of stock. But thank you very much. See, it's a great thing about this community. If you don't know something, somebody else does. That's a light one. Man, really? 0.6. I would never have guessed this is 0.6. It feels really, really light. It's a tiny little thing. Tiny little thing. One of the things I love about gold, you'll see a big piece of gold, it'll weigh nothing. You see a tiny little piece of gold, and it weighs a whole bunch. So, yep, at least a half a gram. Well, there you go. Smarter man than me. This is a man that knows the description. Mine was 0.7 from that bag. Can I leave 2 comments? You can leave as many comments as you want on the hidden video. I remove all the replies, so it doesn't matter. 0.476. You're too late. You got to keep up in chat, Cheddar. It was 0.6. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. That's going to go into my picker collection. Yeah, it looks really small. I mean, even since there's other gold in there, I would have never guessed even 0.5. Like I said, I was thinking 0.3. In my head, I was thinking 0.33 because I was like, oh, yeah. Mighty Minis, I just had a 0.33 in there. That's good, bad. Yeah. Oh, and thank you for dropping the link, Wheeze. And thank you, everyone that's been in here. Scott Junkins, how's it going? Thank you for joining the show. Appreciate it. It wasn't you? That sucks. No. Oh, well. I was hoping it at least went to somebody. Somebody we knew. Whenever you see anyone that's doing giveaways and things like that, you're always rooting for people you know. Even though they're like, they're people in the community, you're like, well, I don't know them, but I know him. Root for him. Speaking of, Ozark Buck just did his giveaway. I think it was Monday. I think Monday he dropped his giveaway and the winners. And I had 2 bags on there. I know one of them went to Julie at Banshee Mining. So congratulations, Banshee. I think I have your email, your address. So I will send that off to Banshee, or I know how to reach out to Banshee. But the other winner, I think Denise Sloan. I think that was the name, Denise Sloan. Nobody has any idea. Ozark Buck doesn't know who that is. I don't know who that is. If anyone knows who that is, let me know. Tell them to email me at Dylan@millerprospecting.com so I can send them their prize. So it's one of the bad things about when you're donating stuff to other channels. If they're just like, oh, it went to so-and-so. It went to Bob Jones. It's like, I don't know Bob Jones. How am I supposed to find Bob Jones? Alaskan Assassin, how's it going? All right, brother. You have a nice one, my man. Yeah, I'm getting ready to get out of here too. I've got like another 5 or 6 minutes. Again, after this show, go over to Whatnot, say hi to Mike, hang out with Mike for the next hour till somebody else does another live show. Tell him I sent you. Tell him thank you for not only this bag of Paydirt I'm giving away today, but 3 bags I'm going to be giving away tomorrow and next week. Next Tuesday, I'll be giving away a Gutter Gold bag, an easy bag of Paydirt, and another California bag. So next week, we'll have 3 bags to give away. So the least anyone can do is go over to Whatnot, just join, say hi to them. You don't have to buy anything. If you do, I'm sure Mike will appreciate it because the whole reason he's on Whatnot. But, he's got great gold tonight. Yeah, it figures. The shows I can't make it to, he always has gold. I always look for heart-shaped gold. And the last time I missed one of his shows, he had a heart-shaped gold on it. So what you going to do? I'm broke anyway. I got my Round Mountain and I got my Papua New Guinea. So I'm set for a little bit. So I can't find him. It's Gold Sal. He's on right now. So I know he's live right now. He went live at 6 o'clock. So yeah, he picked the worst name. I don't know why he picked Gold Sal, and now he's into it too long that he can't switch his name. So 3.19 Gold Nugget on Gold Sal. Yeah. So he's on there. I know he's live because, you know, I texted him earlier. He was like, he apologized for being on tonight, which I don't mind if he's on tonight. So I don't mind if anyone does live shows. You know, people will open up two things. You know, they'll flip flop between the both of them. So, but yeah, his name's Gold Sal. It's Whatnot. Make sure you go over there, check him out, say hi to him, thank him very much because you know, like I said, I believe in karma and being nice to him and saying hi to him and thanking him for this. You might not win today. Maybe you won't win next Tuesday, but you don't know. 3 months from now, during Christmas, he might donate the bag of Paydirt and you'll win it, and that'll be karma catching up for it. So always nice to go say hi to him and thank him. He does a lot for this community. You know, he does some really big giveaways, and you can even ask him while you're on the live show. You can ask him about when the high graders come back. Also ask him about his 1 ounce giveaway. Because, you know, he's giving away 1 ounce of gold. He's going to be giving out a 1 ounce nugget. I don't think he's officially announced the rules for it yet, but he is going to be giving away 1 ounce gold. So you can ask him about it, see when it's coming out, things like that. So you can be prepared and be ready to win a 1 ounce gold nugget. So no, but all right, what's EDB? I don't know what EDB. All right, let me go make sure all the comments are going through. And as always, YouTube and its affiliates have nothing to do with this giveaway. This is 100% by me, just to thank everyone for joining the show tonight. All right. Comments. Published. Oh, looks like they all went through, which is awesome. All right. And Joey Brown, how's it going? Eric H, what's up? Thank you. I'm just reading the people's name in here, the people that are hiding. William Polly, how's it going? Jason G, I don't know if I said hi to you. I saw you earlier in chat, Jason, but thank you very much for joining the show. I appreciate it. I appreciate everyone here. Jeff Bose, Mr. Josh Journey, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Keith and Wynn, thank you for being here. See all the people just lurking in the background. I appreciate you all very much. HD Shellhead, Whiskey Lover, Curtis Ginger, Knights 880, Brad's Bucket. Thank you all very much for joining the show. All right. Let me go and get the link. Oh, what did I do? That was not what I was supposed to do. Yeah, let me get the link there. All right, there we go. All right, let's shrink down we got to say bye-bye to the gold. And that really big nugget, I'm calling it Picker Falls. It's Nugget Falls. It is Nugget Falls. So this is what happens when you don't read the description of a Paydirt and you pan it out. So I'm going to have to catch up on my game. Luckily, John was here to school us all and tell me what was really going on. So, all right, let's get rid of the panning cam. Bye-bye. Then we'll do the window capture. Oh, let me fix the pan for next time I'm doing the show. There you go. All right, let's shrink down the ugly mug. And again, I apologize everyone for doing a short show this week. Next week will be a long show. Next week, I'm going to be panning out 2, maybe 3 bags of Paydirt next week. We're going to be giving away 3 bags of Paydirt. And next week as well, I'm going to be staggering the giveaways. So we're going to give 1 away after the first bag I pan out. Then we'll give another one after the second bag I pan out. And then we'll give the third one away at the end of the show. So next week will be a much longer show to make up for this show. We're going to give away a lot more Paydirt. And I might also give away something else. Whiskey Lover sent me some things. So I'm going to probably do a couple giveaways next week just to make up for it. So for today's shorter show. So I appreciate everyone here. And as always, oh, look, an absolutely awesome website. Look at this website. This website's so beautiful. Top 10 recommended sellers. Number 1, Gold Nugget Sales. Look at that. Gold Nugget Sales and Vendetta Prospecting, my 2 favorite Paydirts behind number 11, Yukon Alley. But she never has anything in stock. So if Yukon Alley just had stuff in stock like 4 months out of the year, I would make her my number 1 just because I love her Paydirt so much. So, but until then, you know, what you going to do? So number 1, Gold Nugget Sales, who you can go and say, man, do you know you're number 1 on Miller Prospecting's website? If you go visit them on whatnot. All right, here we are. Post it in there. We're going to fetch. No replies. Good luck to everyone. Again, bag of the best California Paydirt. Gold Nugget Sales, half gram. If I pull your name, you must post something in the live chat before the end of the show, which is about 5 minutes. So make sure you got your fingers on the keyboard ready to type it in. Here we go. Loaded 34. Let's pick a winner. Sean McClellan. Congratulations. Get down to the river every chance you can get, people. There you go. It's good advice. If you're near a river with gold, get down there. Hey, even if there's not gold and it's not polluted, go hang out in the river. I was actually talking to someone yesterday about looking at property that had a creek on it or something. And they had one really close to Indianapolis. $70,000. Really nice land. So, all right. Sean McClellan, congratulations. And now we're back to the best website in the whole wide world. Miller Prospecting. Make sure you go check out Miller Prospecting website anytime you need some information. In case you didn't know, I will post this on here. I do this every once in a while, not too often. Unclaimed money. I do have an interactive map on my website. If you go to the Find Lost Money, if you click any of the states you are in, for example, me being in Indiana, it will take you to that state's government-run and government-funded website where you can find out if you are owed money. So I don't want to show their site off too much, but you know how it goes. So if you live in Indiana like I do, you go to that website, you put in your last name. That's all you need to do is put in your last name. It'll show you everyone with that last name that is owed money. Then I would cross-reference it with my first name, look at the address and see, hey, look, somebody owes some Dylan Miller in Evansville some money. You can claim it. So get your money from the federal government. They're going to spend it. If you do not take it, they will spend it. They will find somebody to drop a bomb on it and spend your money. Or one of these days, you don't know. They might appeal this law one day and then get rid of it and take all that money. There's a lot of money in this unclaimed fund. So go get your money, people. But, all right, let's go. Ugly mug time. Here we go. Full-size ugly mug. Let's see if Sean McClellan has posted. I've been talking so much I haven't had chat open. So Sean McClellan, there he is. There you go. Congratulations. I will send you this. This will go out in tomorrow's mail. I have some stuff to do. I have money owed to me, but they want a bunch of info to get it here in Tennessee. Yeah, they will ask you for info. I mean, it just depends on what you have to do. Some states, like I was owed money in Louisiana and Indiana both. Louisiana was a little bit more difficult. Indiana, I just had to, I could do it online. On Indiana, I just had to take a picture of my license front and back, send it to them. And Indiana already has my license, so I don't really care if I send them another picture. Louisiana was a little bit more different. I think I had to show them proof of the address at the time. So, because it shows, like in mine, it showed, I think it was like 5744 or something, it was some address. And I had to show proof of something at that time showing it. That one was a little bit more of a pain in the butt, but it was $125. So I was like, well, I will find my old water bill from that time, You need to run longer so I don't go to spend my... Yeah, see, I got something I got to do tonight, Wesley, so you're going to end up spending money. That's why I said if you joined Whatnot through my link, you might have got $200 free, Wesley. Just like Mike did. The other Mike, not the Mike. But yeah, but next week I will make up for it because next week I'm going to be doing about a 3-hour show. I've got 3 bags of Paydirt to go through. I'm going to be giving away 3 bags of Paydirt as well as some other miscellaneous stuff that I got from Whiskey Lover. Silver. So I'm going to be giving away some silver, some gold next week. So next week, Mike probably won't have a show on Tuesday because he'll be like, oh no, Dylan's giving away stuff. So, yeah, and he'll, he's got to give everyone a break because he knows everyone's going to spend their money. So they owed me $50 and it wasn't worth it. Well, you never know. See, you can, the great thing about that website is if you pass, your kids can still collect that money. So, you can just put that in your will and say, the state of Tennessee owes me $100. Go here, go to Miller Prospecting, get me my money, because your kids might want it. I actually know someone, one of my family members that's owed like $600 and to them, it's not worth it. I was like, what? Like, you're crazy. $600. That's a big nugget. That's a big gold nugget. So, but, like I said, if you don't want to get the money, don't. But if you do, eventually the government will take that money back. Eventually, I guarantee at some point, someone in Congress will say, hey, we've got all this money sitting in an unclaimed fund. Why don't we just take it? It's unclaimed. We're going to just take it. And they will take it. And then it won't need no oversight on how they spend it. And we all know how they're going to spend it. It's going to be on pet projects, bridges in the middle of nowhere and, buildings, plots of land that'll be bought for something great, then, oh, wow, we're not going to build it. I guess we'll sell that land super, super cheap. Who to? Oh, wow, the congressman who made the wall, we'll sell it to him for $1 an acre. So, I always think, even though it's a pain, it's better than having the government have it. So, but all right, everybody, I'm going to get out of here. I will have another video out Saturday. I have a video coming out Saturday. Another gold nugget sales video coming out Saturday, with a whole bunch of his Paydirt. So next Saturday is a big battle video. We'll call it a big battle video next Saturday. That's going to be coming out next Saturday. Next Tuesday, like I said, is going to be a much longer show. We're going to be going through 3 bags of Paydirt. Only 2 of them are from Gold Nugget Sales. I am going to be doing a Flower Gold Wizard next week, just to extend the show and make the show longer. So next week, we will be panning out more Gold Nugget Sales Paydirt. We're going to be giving away a whole bunch of Gold Nugget Sales Paydirt. You can see some behind me, as well as this one. So, a lot more fun next week. This week, again, sorry, but, son has to go to a party, so we're going to party. Mark Sheldon, thank you very much. Way too kind, brother. I really do appreciate that. So I appreciate that very much, my man. So, and thank you everyone who joined the show. Make sure you go and say hi to Mike now. You don't have to spend any money. I know it's tempting, but you just put your phone far enough out of reach that by the time you get to it, that 10 seconds has elapsed. So, all right, everybody. Thanks for joining the show. I'm out of here, and hopefully we'll see you all next week. We're going to be doing a lot of panning, doing a lot of random giveaways throughout the show. So, Goodies never say die. Or Goonies. All right, everybody. See you next week. Thanks for joining the show, and I appreciate it. Happy panning. Make sure you say hi to Mike over at Whatnot. Gold Sal. He's not Mike over there. He's Gold Sal. But I'm out of here. Thanks a lot.